guess we're live. Are we live? Yes. Bye. Good morning. If you're out there and it's morning where you're at, I hope you're having a good one. It's Friday here, and I guess the jury's still out on that. But of course, hey, like I say, it's all relative. The most important thing is welcome to the channel. My name's Brian, as you can see right there, and I'm a poet. And on this channel, we do poetry. But, yeah, we don't do it traditionally. Sometimes it's mine, but most of the time I just play other people's play. How can you play poetry? Well, I do this thing where I take said poem, and I plug it into artificial intelligence. Yes, it's all the rage these days, but hey, it's fun the way I do it. Not Skynet fun, but fun. Skynet fun. Yeah, I take it, plug it into this AI, and it spits out 2 tracks, and we do compare and contrast. That's usually what happens. Yeah, and that's sort of what's going to happen today, sort of, because today's show is, it says redo and review, sort of. Yesterday's show sucked, so I'm kind of redoing yesterday's. And then we're going to review because I did a lot of redos. So let's just get into it. All right, so I'm replaying 5 of yesterday's poems. The first 3 were just god-awful hard to get through. So what I did is I took and I actually just replugged them in with no criteria at all. The last couple, I actually listened to a few bars of them. I'm like, okay, So, and if it sucks, I've got a whole second half of really cool stuff that we'll get into. But in the meantime, wrong thing. Everything we do here is under the Fair Act and public domain stuff and all that stuff. But more importantly, please like and subscribe. People like to be liked. No, we're stuck at 450. So here we got here. We have, how is it going, Kathy? It's too early for you guys, but I'm glad you're here. And Pizza, how's it going, David? Hey, kiddo, how's it going, Netmaster? How has your evening been? All right, so I'm going to go over what the ones we're going to do as far as the redo, as far as the show goes. It's right there. Let me here. Okay. Chat overlay. And then I want to share screen here. So as a reminder, we are going to play these here, not in any particular order, but we got Robert W. Service's Grains of Sand. Where's that one there? And we're redoing Hymn of the Morning by Phyllis Wheatley, The Seed Shop, and Love and Life, and then Grain of Sand and Dreamland. I think we're going to start with Grain of Sand and Dreamland. Hey, Joel, how is it going, my friend? Nice for you to join us. Long time no see. So, oh, actually, I wouldn't mind having a freaking rain, some rain here right now because it's freaking hot, sucking. Yes, there's more than that about this week. Of course, you know, Ozzy dying, and Malcolm Jamal Warner, and then Chuck Mangione, and Connie Francis, and then Hulk Hogan. I think they come in 5s these days because this time last year there was 5. There's a set of 5 with Shannon Doherty and Shelley Duvall and a couple other people. And then in my own family, I've lost 2. Earlier this week, I lost my aunt, one of my aunts. She was 80. That was my I used to visit her a lot when I would go visit my dad because that was my dad's favorite sister. My aunt says, my Uncle Pat. Found out yesterday he passed away on Wednesday. He was 78. So I'm going to sort of hopefully dedicate this show to them. my Uncle Pat, my Aunt Sissa. How's it going in the house? And how are you doing, Style? Nice of all you to show up. So let's just go ahead and get on with the show. So we can do this here. Wrong folder. Yes. Okay. We're going to do it like this. All right, let's go here. Yes, we're going to start off with a grain of sand.
If starry space no limit knows, and sun succeeds to sun, there is no reason to suppose our Earth, the only one, mid countless constellations cast, a million worlds maybe, with each a god to bless or blast and steer to destiny. Just think, a million gods or so to guide each vital stream, with overall to boss to show a deity supreme. Such magnitudes oppress my mind. From cosmic space it swings, so ultimately glad to find relief in little things. For look within my hollow hand, while round the earth careens, I hold a single grain of sand and wonder what it means. If I had the eyes to see and brain to understand, I think life's mystery might be solved in this grain of sand. Oh, for look within my hollow hand, while round the earth carries, I hold a single grain of sand and wonder what it means. Oh, if I had the eyes to see and brain to understand.
Wasn't that interesting? How's it going, Millie? AKA Milky, or Milky, AKA Millie. How you doing this morning? Or it's afternoon where you're at. So what do y'all think of that one? That one's a lot better than the one. That's why when I listened to it, I'm like, okay, well, yeah, maybe we should have, but no, it was too painful, especially that one, the childhood one, which just wait till you hear what I did with that one. All right, let's go ahead and play the second part, or the second one. Here we go.
If starry space no limit that knows, and sun succeeds to sun. There is no reason to suppose our Earth the only one. Mid countless constellations cast, a million worlds may be, with each a god to bless or blast and steer to destiny. Just think, a million gods or so to guide each vital stream, with overall to boss the show, a deity supreme. Such magnitudes oppress my mind, from cosmic space it swings, so ultimately glad to find relief in little things. For look within my hollow hand, while round the earth careens, I hold a single grain of sand and wonder what it means. Ah, if I had the eyes to see and brain to understand, I think life's mystery might be solved in this grain of sand. Just think, a million gods or so to guide each vital stream, with overall to boss the show, a deity supreme. Such magnitudes oppress my mind, from cosmic space it swings, so ultimately glad to find relief in little things. For look within my hollow hand, while round the earth careens, I hold a single grain of sand and wonder what it means.
Interesting. A lot better than yesterday's. First one was better. I don't know about you. What do you think? What do you think? What do you think? Hi. Oh, how's your afternoon, Irish? Glad for you to join us. Nice of you to join us. Nice of you to see you here. Tough choice. I like both. Yes, both of them are cool. And fitting, I guess. It also reminds me of this show I watched one time called Quark Science. It's a series. It's about the history of physics and all this other stuff. You know, the stuff I'm into. I forgot the name of the guy, but he's this Iraqi British guy, physicist. Pretty popular. You'll see. You probably sort of see him around. But he was talking about the number of stars in the universe, and he just picked up a little sand, and he goes, "There are more stars in the visible universe than there are grains of sand in all the beaches in all the world." I thought that was kind of poetic. Speaking of something little, what do you want, George? Go lay down. Yeah, nice to see you all. Eh, little dogs. Very, very, very bad for timing. All right, let's go ahead and go into the second one here. A Hymn to the Morning.
I timed my lays, ye ever-honored nine. Assist my labors, and my strains refine. In smoothest numbers, pour the notes along. for bright aurora now demands my song. Aurora, hail, and all the thousand eyes which deck thy progress through the vaulted skies. The morn awakes, and wide extends her rays. On every leaf the gentle zephyr plays. Harmonious lays the feathered race resume. Dot the bright eye and shake the painted plume. Yea, shady groves your verdant gloom display, to shield your poet from the burning day. Calliope, awake the sacred lyre, while thy fair sisters fan the pleasing fire. The bowers, the gales, the variegated skies, in all their pleasures, in my bosom rise. See in the east the lustrous king of day. His rising radiance drives the shades away. But oh, I feel his fervid beams too strong, and scarce begun concludes abortive song. Aurora, hail, and all the thousand eyes which deck thy progress through the vaulted skies. The morn awakes, and wide extends her rays. On every leaf the gentle zephyr plays. Harmonious lays the feathered race resume. Dart the bright eye and shake the painted plume. Ye shady groves your verdant gloom display, to shield your poet from the burning day.
Yes. I thought that was pretty freaking cool. And that was one of the ones that really sucked yesterday, if I'm not mistaken. And they said number one. So, number one. We're going to have to cover that one. Or redo it in 4.5, because that was the next girlfriend. Pretty cool. It cut us off. All right, let's go ahead and see what number two has in store for us. And I'm going to go check on my dog. Oh. Here we go.
Attend my lady, ye ever-honored knight. Assist my labors and my strains refine. In smoothest numbers pour the notes along, for bright aurora now demands my song. Aurora, hail, and all the thousand eyes which deck thy progress through the vaulted skies. The morn awakes, and wide extends her rays. On every leaf the gentle zephyr plays. Harmonious lays the feathered race resume. Dark shake the painted plume. Yea, shady grows your verdant gloom display, to shield your poet from the burning day. Calliope, awake the sacred light, while thy fair sisters fan the pleasing fire. The bowers, the gales, the variegated skies, in all their pleasures in my bosom rise. See in the east, illustrious king of day, his rising radiance drives the shades away. But oh, I feel his fervid beams too strong, and scarce begun concludes the abortive song.
Wow. That was cool too. Just redoing it. See, that's the beauty of this unlimited freaking content. Unlimited content. Because the other two were just so freaking painful yesterday, for the most part. How's it going, Miriam? Don't have too much fun. Listen away. I thought I had something else going there, but it slipped my mind. So what do you think? All right, so not necessarily doing these in the order that I originally conceived, because I'm doing it in the order that they're here. All right, so this was the last one from yesterday that we didn't get to. Dreamland. Hopefully this one ain't painful.
Where sunless rivers sweep their waves into the deep, she sleeps a charmed sleep. Awake her not, led by a single star. She came from very far to seek where shadows are, her pleasant lot. She left the rosy morn, she left the fields of corn, for twilight cold and warm, and water springs. Through sleep as through a veil, she sees the sky look pale, and hears the nightingale that sadly sings. Rest, rest, a perfect rest, shed over brow and breast, her face toward the west, the purple land. She cannot see the grain ripening on hill and plain. She cannot
All I gotta say is interesting. So cool. Ooh, about to sneeze here. And good afternoon, Sophia. How is it going? So what do you think so far? And this is a comment on the last one. Yeah, the one that cut us off. So yeah, that one's definitely going to get redone in 4.5. Ah, so what do you think of that one? That one? I guess, I don't know. And, those were really, really hard to. I challenge you to go back and watch the segments of like the first one. It's bad. All right. Yes, I was really happy to actually just say screw it and just go ahead and play other tracks for the last part of the show yesterday because it was painful. Hopefully this one isn't. Number 2. If it will catch on. Oh, lagging computer. Here we go. Dreamland.
Where sunless rivers weep their waves into the deep, she sleeps a charmed sleep. Awake her not, led by a single star. She came from very far to seek where shadows are, her pleasant light. She left the rosy morn, she left the fields of corn for twilight cold and lorn, and water springs through sleep as through a veil. She sees the sky look pale and hears the nightingale that sadly sings. Rest, rest, a perfect rest, shed over brow and breast. Her face is toward the west, the purple land. She cannot see the grave, brightening on hill and plain. She cannot feel the rain upon her hand. Rest,
consensus is the first one. Yeah, I have to agree. But there's something about the second one I can make something out of. I don't know. It needs. That's what I like about it. Unlimited. We can do it. We can do what we want. So yes, the first 30 minutes of the show did not suck this morning. And if you think the first 30 minutes of the show did not suck, please remember to hit the like and see if you're subscribed. And fair use and all that jazz. Gotta run. Dragging into a meeting that definitely can be an email back soon if we wrap up. Okay, well, just remember, we got a couple more here, and then I would just say the last third of the show is going to be phenomenal. You guys are going to love it. So, replay crew. Yes, I'm excited about the last part of the show. So, excited enough to go, hey, let's just go ahead and. Well, yes, there will be stupid people. Oh, hey, but sometimes the only stupid question is the one not asked. Oh, it's all relative anyways. Mark my eyeballs. All right, we are, a couple more here. We got, wow, this should be a little short. Wow. Love and Life by Lord John Wilmot, the body 17th century poet. Or was it body?
All my past life is mine no more. The flying hours are gone, like transitory dreams given o'er, whose images are kept in store by memory alone. The time that is to come is not, how can it then be mine? The present moment's all my lot, and that as fast as it is got. Phyllis is only thine. Then talk not of inconstancy, false hearts and broken vows. If I by miracle can be this livelong minute true to thee, 'tis all that heaven allows. 'Tis all that heaven allows.
That was like something out of the 1920s. Wow, opera. That was actually pretty cool for what it was. And this is a redo out of No Criteria. So yeah, I just, how I usually put avant-garde. No, this is just 4.0. I don't know. Let's just go ahead and listen to the second one. The Saving Grace, David. It was only a minute and 43 seconds long. This one is 2 minutes and 16 seconds long.
All my past life is mine no more. The flying hours are gone, like transitory dreams given o'er, whose images are kept in store by memory alone. The time that is to come is not, how can it then be mine? The present moment's all my lot, and that as fast as it is got, Phyllis is only thine. Then talk not of inconstancy, false hearts and broken vows. If I by miracle can be this livelong minute true to thee, 'tis all that heaven allows. Then talk not of inconstancy, false hearts and broken vows. If I by miracle can be this livelong minute true to thee, 'tis all that heaven allows.
Yes, number one was such a surprise. Remember, we like standouts here, but number two was pretty freaking cool. You know, from Rudy Valley's Megaphone to Boots on for number two for the two-step. That's what I like, and it didn't suck. Neither one of them sucked. Yesterday's, most of them sucked. So, yeah. Like I say, we can always go back. Some things you can always go back and redo, and thank goodness that that's what this lends itself to. All right. The last one, this is the last redo for the double shot. That's what, hey, variety is the spice of life. Because without it, it gets boring. All right. Let's go ahead and play this last one because really, last two felt really, I'll tell you how excited I am. You've heard a couple of the tracks I'm going to play for the second part of the show, but there's others that you haven't heard that I'm just really want y'all to hear. But let's listen to this one first. The Seed Shop, Redux, number one.
Here in a quiet and dusty room they lie, faded as crumbled stone or shifting sand, forlorn as ashes, shriveled, scentless, dry. Meadows and gardens running through my hand. In this brown husk, a dale of hawthorn dreams, a cedar in this narrow cell is thrust, that will drink deeply of a century's streams. These lilies shall make summer on my dust, here in their safe and simple house of death. Sealed in their shells, a million roses leave. Here I can blow a garden with my their safe and simple house of debt. Sealed in their shells, a million roses leap. Here I can blow a garden with my breath, and in my hand a forest lies asleep.
I have another industry term. Interesting. All right, let's just go ahead and because my notes on that one, I was looking at my notes on that one from yesterday. It said Sabbath it up. So yeah, let's just go ahead. Yeah, fuck it. I think that's just what I'm going to do with them. Screw it. I'm too excited about the next half of the show to worry about that. We'll hear that next. All right. Let's just go ahead and play them because, they're awesome. At least I think they're all right. So this first one on the second half of the show, all right, this is one we did a while back. Oh, wow, a couple weeks ago that I didn't play. And I forgot to play it on a redo day. So it's called A Character, William Wordsworth. And this is kind of a country-esque. So here we go.
I marvel how nature could ever find space for so many strange contrasts in one human face. There's thought and no thought, and there's paleness and bloom, and bustle and sluggishness, pleasure and gloom. There's weakness and strength, both redundant and vain, such strength as if ever affliction and pain could pierce through a temper that's soft to disease. Would be rational peace a philosopher's ease. There's indifference alike when he fails or succeeds, and attention full 10 times as much as their needs. Pride where there's no envy, there's so much of joy, and mildness and spirit, both forward and coy. There's freedom and sometimes a diffident stare of shame scarcely seeming to know that she's there. There's virtue, the title it surely may claim, yet once heaven knows what to be worthy the name. Such a kind, happy creature as he.
Yeah, that was out this morning. That premiered this morning. Hey, Afila. Like both Mac and Kathy. Yeah, you should. Because why not? Time of day, right? Like I said before with this show, the time of day kind of went organic because I started going on before Mona, Fat Grammy, and it's a good time of the morning, sort of, because these guys are friends down under and on the other side of the world. It's their evening, and then you got, our European friends. It's their afternoon, like right around lunchish, and then you got us early risers. Yes, and I talk to myself all the time too. And you got us early risers and stuff. So yeah, I don't know. That's why I went on this time. Being in Central U.S. time zone can be interesting. So what do y'all think of that one? Yes, good evening, Ophelia. Good evening. What do you think of that one? I like that one. And I'm going to play the next one. Okay. Because that's what you're here for. You're here to listen to music, not to me. All right, this one is a little rocked up here. That's that Abu Bin Adhem by James Henry Leigh Hunt.
Replied the angel, both spoke more low, but cheerly still, and said, I pray thee then, write me as one that loves his fellow the next night. It came again with a great awakening light and showed the names whom love of God had blessed. And
think of that one? Now, I don't even fake it. Oh, how do I do that? Oh, let's see here. And most of the time, days of the week matter. Don't really, to me, days of the week, I don't know. It's all relative. Like I say, it's all relative. So what do you think about that one? Yeah. All right. I think the next one is actually a different change. Ooh. Oh, no, this is another rockin' one. Another rockin' one. Let's go.
The training hand of care. See it springing all around us. Glad to know and quick to learn. Asking questions that confound us. Teaching lessons in its turn. Who loves not its joyous revel? Leaping lightly on the lawn, up the knoll along the level, free and graceful as a fawn. Let it revel, it is nature, giving to the little deers strength of limb and healthful features for the toil of coming years. Child with terror stops its play and stills its song. Not alone commits an error, but a great and moral wrong. Give it play and never fear it. Active life is no defect. Never, never break its spirit. Curb it only to direct. Would you dam the flowing river, thinking it would cease to flow? Onward it must go forever. Better teach it where to go. Its channel in the sand, and its current spreading, swelling, will revive the withered land. Childhood is the vernal season. Trim and train the tender shoot to the coming reason, as the blossom to the fruit. Twigs are bent and folded, art to nature beauty lends. Childhood easily is molded, manhood breaks but seldom bends.
Yeah, just some cheap dollar store ones. That's what I usually get for the most part. That's probably because the dollar store is just right down the street. Cool. I'm glad I got you dancing in your chair. that one's a heck of a lot better than yesterday. Yesterday it was like really painful even trying to get through the one that it spit out. So I'm like, yeah, definitely I had to do something with it. And that's what I did. What do you think? All right, let's see here. This next one. Oh, this is a different pace. This is a bluegrass one up. Hopefully you like it. Cinderella, Sylvia Plath.
The prince leans to the girl in scarlet heels, her green Iceland hair flaring in a fan of silver as the rondo slows now reels, begin on tilted violins to span. The whole revolving tall glass palace hall, where guests slide gliding into light like wine. Rose candles flicker on the lilac wall, reflecting in a million flagons shine. And glided couples all in whirling trance follow holiday revel begun long since, until near 12 a strange girl all at once, guilt-stricken, halts, pales, clings to the prince. As amid the hectic music and cocktail talk, she hears the caustic ticking of the clock. She hears the caustic ticking of the clock, and makes no toy instead of forth like. And make Joseph which friend I fence, and mid our meeting words to sitting lost shine. And glided couples all in whirling trance follow holiday revel begun long since, until near 12 the strange girl all at once, guilt-stricken, halts, pales, clings to the prince. As amid the hectic music and cocktail talk, she hears the caustic ticking of the clock.
Interesting. That would be an interesting. Of course, our Hal's here firmly believes that if Emily Dickinson would have been born in modern times, she'd have been like Joan Jett, and I kind of agree with her. So I'm assuming that was your idea. When style gets an idea, be scared. Oh, yeah, that's the point. Clog into the coffee pot. Yes, so we're going to switch back a little bit because this is the only track that I haven't messed with. It was Our Dear Friend by William Shakespeare. So this is the only one that survived not being messed with from this week. Here we go.
When to the session of sweet silent thought I summon up remembrance of things past, I sigh the lack of many a thing I sought, and with old woes new wail my dear time's waste. Then can I drown an eye unused to flow. For precious friends hid in death's dateless night, and weep afresh love's long since cancelled woe, and moan the expense of many a vanished sight. Then can I grieve at grievances foregone, and heavily from woe to woe tell her the sad account of forebemoan moan, which I knew paid as if not paid before. But if the while I think on thee, dear friend, all losses are restored and sorrows end. Then can I grieve at grievances foregone, and heavily from woe to woe tell her the sad account of forebemoan moan, which I knew paid as if not paid before. But if the while I think on thee, dear friend, all losses are restored and sorrows end.
Don't know about special, it just didn't suck. uh, well, remember back in the 90s when I first got in the, studying poetry and everything, I don't know if it was, is the running joke about Sylvia Plath was the fact that she cooked herself, killed herself by oven. People can be morbid. All right, so what do y'all think of that? Let's see where we are. We are at on the show. What time is it? All right, it's about that time that I have to remind you, everybody. Got to do the remindings that everything we do here is under fair use and in the public domain. And more importantly, tell your friends. We need more viewers. Because we do cool stuff here. But it ain't cool unless it gets out. So here, this is a redo here, 5 senses. I think this one's rocking. All right, here, it's kind of hard to keep up with sometimes, so let's just play it. Oh, yeah.
send me spinning. All sounds and silences, all shape and color. As thread for that weaver, whose web within me growing follows beyond my knowing. Some pattern sprung from nothing, a rhythm that dances and is not mine.
All right, don't have too much fun. I was wrong about that one. Not rocky, more melodic. Yes, definitely have a good one. All right, let's go ahead and play. Oh, this next one, yeah, this next one we've heard a couple times, but hey, this one's really awesome. I love it. Here we go.
All thoughts, all passions, all delights, whatever stirs this mortal frame, all are but ministers of love and feed his sacred flame. Oft in my waking dreams do I live o'er again that happy hour, when midway on the mount I lay beside the ruined tower. The moonshine stealing o'er the scene had blended with the lights of eve, and she was there, my hope, my joy, my own dear Genevieve.
She leant against the armored rounded statue of the armed knight. She stood and listened to my lay amid the lingering light. Few sorrows hath she of her own, my hope, my joy, my Genevieve. She loves me best whene'er I sing the songs that make her grieve.
I played a soft and doleful air, I sang an old and moving story, an old rude song that suited well that ruin wild and hoary.
She listened with a flitting blush, with downcast eyes and modest grace, for well she knew I could not choose but gaze upon her face.
I told her of the knight that wore upon his shield a burning brand, and that for 10 long years he wooed the lady of the land.
I told her how he pined, and the deep, the low, the pleading tone
With which I sang another's love, interpreted my own.
She listened with a flitting blush, with downcast eyes and modest grace,
And she forgave me that I gazed too fondly on her face.
but when I told the cruel scorn that crazed that bold and lovely knight, and that he crossed the mountain woods, nor rested day nor night,
That sometimes from the savage din, and sometimes from the darksome shade, and sometimes starting up at once in green and sunny glade, there came and looked him in the face an angel beautiful and bright, and that he knew it was a fiend, this miserable night, and that unknowing what he did, he leaped amid a glamorous band, safe from outrage worse than death, the lady of the land. And how she wept and clasped his knees, and how she tended him in vain, and ever strove to expiate the scorn that crazed his brain, and that she nursed him in a cave, and how his madness went away when on the yellow forest leaves a dying man he lay. His dying words, but when I reached that tenderest strain of all the ditty, my faltering voice and pausing harp disturb her soul with pity. All impulses of soul and sense that thrilled my guileless Genevieve, the music and the doleful tale, the rich and balmy, and hopes and fears that kindle hope, an undistinguishable throng, in gentle wishes long subdued, subdued and cherished long. She wept with pity and delight, she blushed with love and virgin shame, and like the murmur of a dream, I heard her breathe my name. Her bosom heaved, she stepped aside, as conscious of my look she stepped. Then suddenly, with timorous eyes, she fled to me and wept. She half enclosed me with her arms, she pressed me with a meek embrace, and bending back her head looked up and gazed upon my face. 'Twas partly love and partly fear, and partly 'twas a bashful art, that I might rather feel than see the swelling of her heart. I calmed her fears and she was calm, and told her love with virgin pride, and so I won my Genevieve, my bright and beauteous bride.
Oh, the bard doth woo. What do you think? How is it going, Antics? Nice of you to join us. It's been a while. Hope you liking what you're hearing. You're off to get coffee. You're not awake yet. Well, I've had a bit of coffee myself, so. And I did not want to get up this morning at all. Oh, it was like, because I was up several times during the night, of course, because, old man bladder and stuff. And I got back to sleep, and I woke up about 5:45-ish, and it was just like, I got to get up. All right. And Kathy is like on her second cup. And, well, this is technically 2 cups big, so... in volume. Let's see here. All right. So I hope you love that one as much as I do. That's a freaking awesome track. Now, this one's a country one. This is great. You're going to love this one. It's a short one, 2 minutes and 38 seconds, but yeah.
There is May in books forever. May will part from Spencer never. May's in Milton, May's in Pride, May's in Chaucer, Thomson Dyer, May's in all the Italian books. She has old water nooks where she sleeps with nymphs and elves in happy places they call shelves. And we'll rise and dress your rooms with a drapery thick with blooms. Come ye rains, then if ye will, May's at home and with me still. But come rather, thou good weather, and find us in the fields together. And we'll rise and dress your rooms with a drapery thick with blooms. Come ye rains, then if ye will, May's at home and with me still. But come rather, thou good weather, and find us in the fields together.
That was just lovely. Oh, no, don't apologize. No worries. We're not overlapping anymore because the only reason we overlapped on Saturdays there for a while is because Fridays was test day. I'm taking off till Monday. If I do anything, it'll be just something impromptu and everything. So, but yeah, you're getting results. Don't worry about little old me in freaking BFE, Arkansas. You guys are out there doing the work. I'm just here for when y'all want to decompress from the work. That's my job, Yes, that one was cool. I like the way they did the little 3-part harmonies. Exactly. That's what I thought of when I saw it. When I first listened to it, especially when it went into the dark, the bassier part, because I loved the Statler Brothers growing up. Statler Brothers and the Oak Ridge Boys were like, I loved them growing up. But freaking exactly. That's why. Oh, I love it. I love the magic I can work on this with this stuff. Oh, I gotta keep on saying. We just need more people here because, these are my viewers. There's no replay crew for me, but not me. All right. This is cool. It's a little different. It's the Lord Byron's There Is Pleasure. And I kind of did it was kind of an accident, but a happy one.
There is a pleasure in the pathless woods. There is a rapture on the lonely shore. There is society where none intrudes by the deep sea and music in its roar. what I can ne'er express, yet cannot all conceal.
That one wants to bring tears to my eyes. Remember, my friend, my big psychosis is impatience. Oh, impatient I. Oh, impatient I. Oh, all right. We got one more here. You've heard it before, so I'm just going to play it because it's fucking awesome. Wombat, Douglas Alexander Stewart.
Hi there, old pig, old bear, old bristly and gingery. Wombat out of the red earth, peering gingerly. Was there some thought afoot in the mist and the silence that stiffens whisker and ear and sounds fierce absence? Some smell means I see the dewdrop trembling upon the rushes. All else is the mist, now river and rocks and ridges. Poor lump of movable clay, snuffling and blinking, too thick in the head to know what thumps in your thinking. Rears in the easy whole tree roots companion, down there where your burrow dips in its yellow shadow. Deep in the again.
Yeah, have fun, you know. Yeah, as this week is illustrated, life's too short. Hey, man, sorry I didn't call you this morning. I kind of forgot. This is my friend John, the guy that I talk about all the time. And this is Miriam. She's from Denmark. Or no, she lives in Denmark from Finland. Yes. Enjoy your time. Because believe me with my mommy issues. I'm glad you like that one. So what do you think of the show? I'm going to play a couple more here. I was just trying to figure out which one I'm going to play. Because we've already gone through that one. And that one. And let's see here. Let's go. Oh, let's do this one here. All right. I heard a fly buzz. Emily Dickinson.
I heard a fly buzz when I died. The stillness in the room was like the stillness in the air between the heaves of storm. The eyes around had wrung them dry, and breaths were gathering firm for that last onset when the king be witnessed in the room. Keepsake signed away. What portion of me be assignable? And then it was there interposed the fly with blue uncertain stumbling buzz between the light and me. And then the windows failed, and then I could not see to see.
Yeah, today's show has been cool. Yesterday's was painful. Oh my Lord. I know you weren't there. Just go back and look. It was freaking painful. Oh, yeah. All right, let's play a few more. Let's see here. Oh, where is it? Ooh. Let's do this one. Ooh. A little dancing here.
If he could know my songs are all for him, at silver dawn or in the evening glow, would he not smile and think it but a whim? If he could know, or would his heart rejoice and overflow as happy brooks that break their icy rim, when April's horns along the hillsides blow? I may not speak till Arrow's torch is dim. The god is bitter and will have it so. And yet tonight our fate would seem less grim if he could know. Or would his heart rejoice and overflow as happy brooks that break their icy rim, when April's horns along the hillsides blow? I may not speak till Arrow's torch is dim. The god is bitter and will have it so. And yet tonight our fate would seem less grim if he could know.
Yeah, yesterday was painfully funny. So, I'm going to play a couple more. What do y'all want to go out on? Y'all want to go out on something rocking, something chill? Because, I don't know. I'm going to play a couple more while you guys decide. Let me know. So, yeah. Let's go back here. One of the faves here. Let's play this one.
Bake the day she suddenly dropped dead. We chew it slowly, that last apple pie. Shocked into sleeplessness, you're scared of bed. We never could talk much, and now don't try. You're like bookends, the pair of you, she'd say. Hog that great, say nothing, sit, sleep, stare. The scholar me, you worn out on poor pay. Only our silence made us seem a pair. Not as good for staring in blue gas. Too regular each but each yellow spike. At night you need my company to pass, and she not here to tell us we're alike. Your life's all shattered into smithereens. Back in our silences and sullen looks. For all the scotch we drink, what's still betweens? Not the 30 or so years, but books, books, books. is good for staring in blue gas. Too regular, each bud, each yellow spike. At night you need my company to pass, and she not here to tell us we're alike. Your life's all shattered into smithereens. Back in our silences and sullen looks, for all the scotch we drink, what's still between's not the 30 or so years, but books, books, books.
That really sucks. I've got these really cheap thin crusts I got for like $3 in the freezer. They're actually really good, especially if you put extra cheese on them. If I could send one to you, I would. Happy song, okay. Don't you know it? You know, and I live off disability, so it's like when it gets closer to the end of the month, there's too much month at the end of the money. Yeah, it's just way too hot to freaking cook here right now, and these guys are in the middle of their winter, so they can get away with it. All right, let's just play here. Let's play something chill, sorta. It's kind of uplifting. Kind of reminds you to just pay attention to the little things in life. Birds.
Birds are singing round my window, tunes the sweetest ever heard. And I hang my cage there daily, but I never catch a bird. So with thoughts my brain is peopled, and they sing there all day long, but they will not fold their pinions in the little cage of song. Birds are singing round my window, tunes the sweetest ever heard. And I hang my cage there daily, but I never catch a bird. So with thoughts my brain is peopled, and they sing there all day long, but they will not fold their pinions in the little cage of song.
Yeah, right now it feels too hot to cook. All right, my friends. Yeah, last song. I decided to make it a little chill, you know. Be open to ideas. You never know what might come along and, you know, jump in your cage. Yeah, that's what I do too. Go to the 10 box and get a thin crust for $3. That's including the extra cheese. All right, my friends. I will see you around in the chats. Another show on Monday. I might go live this weekend. I don't know. Remember, tomorrow morning for us here in the States, tomorrow afternoon for this warrior goddess here. Be there, be square. I might see y'all there. In the meantime, have a good one, my friends, and I will talk to you later.